What would you do if you woke up on Monday morning and you suddenly had $300 million in your pocket? Would you go supercar shopping, jet off on an endless vacation, or maybe put it in the bank for a rainy day? For Mark Wahlberg, whose sizzling net worth is enough to make any ordinary celebrity crumble with jealousy, it's all about purchasing magnificent mansions. Marky Mark's properties are jammed-packed with more over-the-top features than we can even imagine. Golf courses, mega gyms, waterfalls. Seriously, this guy's cribs are next level. Let's check them out then, shall we? And while we're at it, let's take a look at how this actor came to be so loaded in the first place.
Tell your mom.
Some celebrity houses are hidden gems, blending in on the outside in order to keep the tourists and the paparazzi at bay, but wowing visitors as soon as they step in the front door. Mark Wahlberg's majestic estate isn't like that at all. It takes just one bird's-eye view photo to realize that Marky Mark is sitting on an absolute real estate gold mine. Seriously, not even some royal palaces are this impressive. In 2009, Mark bought 6 acres of land for $8 million. 5 years later, this immaculate two-story palatial palace was complete. The stunning property sits on 6.14 acres in the gated community of Beverly Park, an exclusive celebrity-filled suburb sandwiched in between Bel Air and Hollywood right about here. The house itself is about 30,000 square feet. To put that in perspective, the average 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom American house is 2,000 square feet. You could literally fit 15 typical American houses under Mark's roof, and we haven't even gotten to the backyard yet. With 11 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms littering the property, there's enough room for the entire Wahlberg clan and then some. The sprawling stone French property is the brainchild of renowned designer Richard Landry. And with him, luxury decor comes standard in every corner of the house. Landry is behind a number of extravagant properties in the area. He's created mega mansions for the likes of Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady, and Sylvester Stallone. If you ask us, it's impossible to beat the Wahlberg estate, though. When you hear the list of features, you'll surely agree. There's a huge wine cellar, a $10,000 comfy private movie theater, and a quaint 2-story wood-paneled library. Then there's the gazebo, the $35,000 plus full-sized basketball court, a stone pool and spa, and a beautiful lawn. While we don't know exactly how much the property is worth since Mark did build it himself, other Richard Landry properties have sold for well over $30 million. And this would be no exception. Before our beloved actor and his nearest and dearest moved into the French Beverly Park mansion, it was this property on Oak Pass Road, Beverly Hills that was called home. Even though it sits in the shadow of the stunning mansion that we just saw, this house has plenty of amazing features of its own. Take a look. There are 7 modern bedrooms and 10 bathrooms on offer, spanning 11,500 square feet. This house showcases an open living room with a crackling fireplace, a formal dining room, a massive open kitchen, and its very own movie theater. Not to mention the array of outdoor terraces. To ensure that the kids are happy, there's also a deliberate children's wing, sporting high ceilings and play areas. Oh, and in case one mansion wasn't enough, there's also a 2-story, 2-bedroom guest house on the property as well, which probably would have cost up to $1 million on its own. This estate sits on nearly 2 acres off a private gated road and boasts an outdoor basketball court as well as this beautiful pool. With built-in waterfalls and a grotto, we are guessing that it's a $100,000 feature easily. Those views though, wow, they are something else. But it wasn't even the size, the luxury, or the views that received the bulk of the attention at the Oak Pass Road home. Any guesses? Yep, the gym. Turns out that Dwayne Johnson's Iron Paradise has some competition. Mark's home gym, built inside a converted airport hangar, comes complete with a boxing ring, hundreds of pieces of equipment, and a state-of-the-art sound system, covering over 2,500 square feet over 2 stories. Overall, it's worth roughly $2.5 million. No wonder he's so jacked. So including the gym, how much is the Oak Pass Roadhouse actually worth? Mark made this his home in 2001 for $4.95 million and managed to sell it in 2013 for around $13 million, ironically moving just 5 minutes away.
I watch a lot of movies, Paul. I know what I'm doing.
That's a pretty hefty profit, still pocket change for the famous actor and entrepreneur. Just a couple of years earlier, in 2011, Mark was rumored to have made yet another real estate purchase, but this one wasn't in Hollywood or Beverly Hills. It was up in the Great White North. Marky Mark uncorked a one-of-a-kind luxury when he splurged $12 million on an exclusive 4,600 square foot penthouse on 36 Hazleton Avenue in Toronto's trendy suburb of Yorkville. For that kind of price tag, you would expect a long list of amenities, and make no mistake, this crib delivers. The entire 7th floor penthouse penthouse offers 360-degree knockout vistas of Toronto, viewable from one of the 2 levels of private outdoor space that comes standard. There's also an underground parking garage equipped with car washing and dog washing stations, plus a wine tasting room, and most interestingly, a holistic room where residents can bring their own personal masseuse. But why Toronto? Why break away from LA? As Mark told the Globe and Mail newspaper, quote, "All the movies I've made here have been a success. The crews are so great to work with, and I enjoy the restaurants and the golf. I have more friends here than New York," end quote. Fair enough, whether in Canada or the States, we know that Mark is living it up in sublime luxury. But how did he find himself in such a lucrative position in the first place, able to afford any and everything he could dream of? All right, ready for the rapid Wahlberg history lesson? Let's go. Mark started entertaining at the tender age of 13 as a teen pop rapper. First it was with New Kids on the Block, and then his own group, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. His late teen years were fraught with violence, and he dropped out of high school in the 9th grade. But he managed to turn things around, making his acting debut as a 22-year-old in the 1993 television series Out All Night. From there, he earned acclaim for his work in The Basketball Diaries, Boogie Nights, and Three Kings, and is now considered one of only a handful of respected entertainers who successfully made the transition from teen pop idol to beloved actor. He joined forces with Rhea Durham in 2009, and the head-over-heels pair now share 4 children together. As his career and family blossomed, so did his bank balance. Since 2000, every single one of these films starring Wahlberg has grossed over $100 million. Transformers, Age of Extinction, Ted, Planet of the Apes, Daddy's Home, and The Departed. Those films, as well as his business ventures, which we'll get to in a jiffy, have rocketed this entertainment superstar up to a net worth of near enough to $300 million. That's a lot of money, no doubt, but how does it compare to other industry heavy hitters? Rather well, actually. He edges out Leonardo DiCaprio, Bruce Willis, and Nicole Kidman, and is worth 3 times as much as Ryan Reynolds. In 2017 alone, Mark banked a cool $68 million before taxes and fees, making him that year's highest-paid actor. Going by those numbers and imagining that he worked a 40-hour work week, Marky Mark would have been earning $32,692 per hour. In that same year, the average American was earning $27 per hour. For every $1 that corner store Jim earned, Mark Wahlberg made over $1,200. Pretty crazy comparison, right? When you've got money coming out of your ears, a la Mr. Wahlberg, it's important to put some away for a rainy day. And that's exactly what the superstar actor has done, by putting his money to work in a number of different businesses and investments over the years. His most famous investment? A family-founded burger chain called Wahlburgers. Have you ever eaten there? Since flipping its first burger in 2011, the chain now has over 30 restaurants scattered across the USA, the UK, Canada, and Germany. You too can open up a franchise location, assuming you have $10,000 starting capital and a minimum net worth of $5 million. Then there's Aqua Hydrate, which Mark founded with Sean Combs, aka Diddy. It sells alkaline water with electrolytes and minerals, and Mark's likely poured millions into its growth. He also has rights to a health and supplements company called Performers Inspired Nutrition, and in 2019 reportedly shelled out $450 million for an investment in F45, an Australian functional fitness boutique that preaches intense 45-minute workouts. As a fitness nut himself, clearly Mark enjoys investing in a space that he feels familiar with. That's why he, alongside Ben Affleck, Serena Williams, and a host of other celebrities, forked out tens of millions to become the newest investors in one of the world's fastest-growing global sports brands, UFC. Mark isn't all about investing, though. He's also happy to do his bit for the community. In 2018, he donated $1.5 million to the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund, and there's plenty more where that came from. Alright, so we've covered fancy houses and business ventures. What else typically belongs in the wealthy celebrity portfolio? You guessed it, a downright tantalizing car collection. His garage, which mind you is bigger than most people's entire house, is full of expensive cars. He's been spotted cruising around in a $365,000 Bentley Azure, a $220,000 Mercedes SLS, $296,000 Bentley Malzahn, $80,000 Cadillac Escalade, and a bargain basement $31,000 Toyota Sienna. It might not be snazzy, but with 4 kids running around, it's certainly practical. The pick of the bunch, however, leaves all the others in its wake. Cast your eye towards Mark's stunning Rolls-Royce Phantom drop-head coupe. It comes with all the luxury you could ever ask for at just, oh boy, $569,000. You would expect for a man with a bursting wallet to own a private jet or two as well, but that's not the case. While he has flown in private luxury time and time again, Mark opts to rent, not to buy. As a business-savvy guy, he knows that it just makes sense to avoid owning depreciating assets. Renting, however, does not come cheap either. Plan to pay between $1,300 and $3,000 per flying hour on an average low-cost private jet. And more if you're after something with a little extra pizzazz. When he's not flying across the country or filming the latest blockbuster, Mark is winding down on the golf course. But apparently, a membership to a nice country club just doesn't cut it anymore. So Mark has gone out and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars creating his very own private green. And he's welcomed world-class players as guests.